Where were we? A little bit of there, a little bit of there. Let's go back and see if what we can come up with over in that section. Um, this this is like a bit of an unusual park in a way. I mean, the other thing is like it looks like it's been. It probably was put in. It could be like 20 years ago or something. This is like one of those early parks. I'm guessing. That's my guess on these things. So like back in the early 2000s, when before they really had the park, uh, like making skills down, like they did, but they weren't as prevalent and everything. Like certain places knew how to do it, other places didn't. Um, that's another thing. This just reminded me they got a community garden over here, which is neat, and so you got the community garden, but I didn't see any rules for the skate park. Um, Not that I've seen. So I guess that sometimes that happens. They don't have the rules and regulations. Um, there's a lot of like debris and like just stuff around here. So like if you come out, just be aware of that. Sometimes that happens. This area here is. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is a possibility. I'm not. I feel like if this section right here where it was, this is like a divot, like that it goes down, this little depression over there. It's kind of an unfortunate place because that would be a really like it's right in the center of like where you'd want to be. But I don't know. I mean, maybe if you're on the local level, you can fill that in. If you're passing through, maybe you'll have to work around it. But this area right here, you're going to have like this shade cover, which is always nice, and it's a possibility. Um, I would think I could see 3 people passing clubs out here. Maybe we could have like 3 people doing poi, that kind of stuff. Like, there's room. It's just a matter of making sure the ground is free of debris and as far as like the level ground and not muddy. So it's a little soft right now. So yeah, no, I think that this is this park actually has a few things to offer, and yeah, it's man, it's amazing to be in Lowell. I've read about this place probably for like since I was in high school, which was like a long time ago. So I've known about Lowell, Massachusetts because of Jack Kerouac. And if you're not familiar with Jack Kerouac, he was a poet and a writer, and he also read his own poetry on record. And his voice, I just really like his voice, like his speaking, reading voice. So that like drew me in even more. So if you look him up, and if you're interested, you could look him up and hear what I'm talking about. You could listen to his poetry that he wrote and read, or you can read some of his works as well. But he's a well-known American writer who did a lot of writing about traveling around the United States early in the mid to late 40s, and then he published it in the 50s. So, and what's interesting about it is that it was really around the time that the interstate system was being put into, being built out, basically. So he was like one of the early people to like be out on the highways and like writing about it with his compatriots, friends and stuff. So that's a little bit about Jack Kerouac. I mean, there's a ton more. He's really a monumental figure, just in writing and sort of, our artistic expression through words. And the other thing is that him and his friends were jazz aficionados. We go to see jazz a lot, and then they would write about it. So in some ways, he helped to shape what music criticism would be like. This was probably like 15 or maybe even 20 years before, Rolling Stone, or like the big pop music critics, before they were doing. So he was kind of like shaping what that was about. Like, so that's just another thing that he did. But yeah, this is where he's from. Like, he was his home is like kind of in this direction, I believe. Like, where he grew up, and then his family grave is here. And there's a park in his name, in this, like, a park has a sculpture, a series of sculptures dedicated to him, and it's named for him, Kerouac Park. And there's a mural as well. So like there's a bunch of things if you happen to if you're interested in the Kerouac part of Lowell, Massachusetts. But we're here mostly for the skill space, and we found a bit. So I'm glad like we were able to come out here and see what this park has to offer. And like I said, there's a whole bunch of skate parks in the area, and I'm probably not going to get to any more of them today or anytime soon, I'm guessing. So I'd like to check those out, but yeah, right now I'm getting back and trying to find some other ones in some other parts of the country as well. So well, that'll be all for today for this video. Until next time, happy skillin'.